Episode 57. Komori had a nice long sleep, although it should have just been a short nap. Now what is she forgetting? That's right. She had some kind of important political meeting she had to be in. She only meant to lie down for just a moment. She must have been asleep for hours, really. What a terrible thing to do for such an important event. They probably wrapped up all the negotiations already. The leaders of Eorzea have decided to submit to Garlemald's will, and it's all Komori's fault for not turning in time. Now, just to be sure, she'll check in on where she last left her friends. How do I get over there? You? And to Komori's surprise, everyone is still where she left them. Almost as if no time has passed at all somehow, despite sleeping for hours. It must have been a shorter nap than she realized. Let's just say that everyone was patching up their injuries while she was taking a nap, and she just happened to get back right on time. Close call. As if. Grim tidings, Komori. It seems that word of the Ultima weapon's existence has already reached the Alliance leaders, in the form of an ultimatum. They have gathered in the Fragrant Chamber, and are deliberating their answer even as we speak. Beleaguered as they are, I fear they may well elect to lay down their arms, in the belief that surrender will spare their people untold suffering. Yet nothing could be further from the truth. That which the Black Wolf offers will doom Eorzea, not deliver it. And the leaders must be made aware of this. Let us hurry to them, Komori, and ensure that they do not act in ignorance of the consequences. I believe we're heading towards the area with the red carpet, second floor. Right, the Royal Promenade. It'd be cool if you could actually go into this room. Outside of cutscenes, I don't think there's even an instance where you get to be inside this room. Maybe just for like, I don't know, RP or something. It'd probably just be filled with players sometimes, maybe. Well, that's fine, isn't it? Well, it's probably an important location that can't just be filled with random players. That destroys our gravitas, I guess. The Council of the Alliance Leaders is presently in progress in the Fragrant Chamber. I must ask that you step away from the doors, madam. I'm sorry? You're here on behalf of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? 1,000 pardons, my lady. Of course you may enter.
We keep treading the same ground.
Van Belsar's demands are clear.
Alas, our minds are not.
I've never been one to shy from a fight, but if this weapon of theirs can do all they claim...
It has been 5 years since the calamity, and our people have scarce begun to rebuild their lives. Can we now, in good conscience, call upon them to risk what little they have left? I would spare them the pain of further conflict. Conflict, I say. though that would imply forces set in opposition. If the combined might of 3 primals could not stay Garlemald's new terror, what meaningful resistance can we offer? We who struggle to quell the foes who rise up within our own borders.
Long have we fought the primals, but to what end? We strike them down at no small cost, only for them to rise again and again. Are we to play this profitless game for the rest of days? I, for one, grow tired of it. Mistake me not. I do not propose to trade one tyranny for another. I love liberty. But conciliation need not mean oppression.
By the 12, though neither of you cried surrender, your every word betokened it. Not that I deny there is truth in what you say, nor can I rightly claim that Ul'dah is ready to fight. Refugees flood our gates, and beastmen swarm our land, while the great and the good do nothing. My flames struggle to bear the burden. I put on a grand show at the Remembrance Service, made all manner of lofty promises. I've made good on not a bloody one.
Do not blame yourself, Reborn. You said only that which the people needed to hear. All present have done the same. Our citizens had become lost to hope. If our words serve to kindle it in them anew, better we speak than remain silent. Our enemy condemns us for failing our people. Yet what does he care for their well-being? While we labored to rebuild their lives, the Black Wolf built instruments of murder with which to end them.
Her Majesty speaks true. For all our failings, the people's well-being has ever been our foremost priority. While none among us ever doubted that the Empire would one day resume its war, we scarcely had means enough to solve the problems of the present.
Aye, which is why we look to others to safeguard our future. The scions of the Seventh Dawn, alas, they are gone, and the Black Wolf is at our door.
Admiral! I fear you are mistaken.
Alphinaud, Minfilia, and 7 hells! Master Garland?
And Komori.
And you, dear friend.
Thank you.
By Ralga, you're alive. All of you.
As we approached, I would swear I heard talk of surrender. But I know that cannot be. It is not the Eorzean way.
Hear me, my friends. Accepting the Garleans' offer to vanquish the Primals would be folly. Folly, I say. For might is not the answer to the Primal threat. Indeed, the more the Empire exerts its strength, the worse matters will become. Primals enter this world when mortals call upon them, and mortals are wont to appeal to a higher power when they are desperate. Nothing is more certain to breed desperation in the beast tribes than the Garleans' proposed solution.
The true answer lies in a lasting peace. But the Garleans only know war and conquest. Should Eorzea fall into their hands, there will be such suffering as none can imagine.
We are not blind to the many challenges that each of your nations face. Yet you must not give in.
Aye. Remember 5 years ago when you wagered all for the sake of the realm? Remember what you fought for, what you were willing to die for. Let the memories rekindle the fire in your heart. for Eorzea has need of it again.
Come what may, we Scions will never give up the fight. And so I bid you stand with us, and together we shall safeguard the future of the realm.
A great man once said that a shrewd merchant grasps not for the quick profit, but invests in the future. Wise words, eh, Raoban?
Sid,
Your words stir and shame me in equal measure. How could I contemplate surrender? I know full well that all we have, we owe to the sacrifices of those who went before us. Yet the seeming hopelessness of our plight robbed me of my insight. We Gridanians have no love for war, yet we have still less for those who would threaten our homeland. Ever have we fought to protect those things we hold dear, and this shall never change. Gridania will go to war. We will fight the Empire, for the sake of the realm and all who abide here.
At long last, I hear words worthy of a founder of the Alliance. Raoban, are we to be outdone?
I lost one homeland. The thought of losing another had blunted my resolve. But no man knows better than I that if you want aught, you'd best be ready to die for it. With great danger comes the chance for great glory and great profit. We Uldans who have turned sand into gold know this well. How many times have we fallen into the pit of despair, only to have you pluck us out? I've fair lost count.
Reckless, the lot of you, like bloody pirates. Well, I won't waste my breath trying to talk you round. On account of being a pirate myself. And the pirate who shrinks from a challenge is no pirate at all. Those who would pick a quarrel with us must choose. Back down, or go down with all hands. Let the Garleans come. The united strength of Limsa Lominsa will be waiting for them.
If our realm is to be free of this pall of darkness, let it be by our own hands.
For Eorzea!
We must needs consider how the weapon may be brought to bear against us.
The Maelstrom will secure strategic points along the coastline.
In the meantime, the flames will deploy at...
Be at ease, my friends. You have banished our doubts. Pray leave the military matters to us, and retire to the waking sands. We will send word anon.
Oh, that was almost a complete 180 after the Scions entered the room. Fillmore didn't even have to speak up at all. All the better. I don't think she's very good at political intrigue. Where is my... Right. Kind of a neat little port. Never really looked at it too much. They don't let you stand on this. Weird. A tiny little tunnel. Barely large enough for any boats to go through. I guess nothing goes through there at all. If a boat comes in here and parks at this dock, how does it turn around to leave? I guess that's a question you can ask of many docks, but I don't really know much about boats. I guess sometimes they just go out backwards. That's not too hard for a boat, right? To go backwards. Anyway. Yeah. Things are looking a little bit more cleaned up here. These aren't the usual guards, though. Saswis. I don't recall if I saw her before in here. My dear sister drew her last breath here, in battle with the Empire. To her, the fight for Eorzea's future was more important than her homeland. True to her beliefs to the end, she was. Radolf. No matter how dark the night, one day the dawn will break. As long as brave souls like yourself take up our cause, the Scions will never stand down. I like the pink. Pink and black. Pretty cool armor combination. Well, still kind of a mess in here. Couple of people cleaning up, or taking a break. Orenvald's still around. I should have done something, done anything, but I didn't. And now, Abba and Ali are. I will not let it be for nothing. I will earn this. Abba and Ali, I remember them, but I didn't think they actually went down during this. We came away with our lives, though our losses weigh heavy in our hearts. We must carry on for those who have fallen. And Urianger. How's the cleanup going? As one age endeth and another doth arise, so do our struggles wax and wane. What wouldst thou ask of me? How fares the realm being this room? Souls from aether far, strangers from strange lands. Yester with thine eyes, morrow by thine hands. By my reckoning, these words from the divine chronicles tell of the warriors of light. With cloudless vision of the past, they forge the way into the future. Mine interpretation, it ringeth true, with that which I have witnessed. What? Souls from aether far, strangers from strange lands, yester with thine eyes, morrow by thine hands. Being about the warriors of light. Forging the way into the future. Okay. You, Good luck with the cleanup. Everyone's here, except Oriandra. She hasn't said a word to me since the rescue. Was it all for nothing? What's next on the agenda? We're ready to get to work. For many years, I dedicated my life to the research and development of Magitech, unable or unwilling to see the repercussions of my work. And though I've since left Garlemald behind, its scientists continue to build upon my work. I fear that this new weapon may be another example of that. An ancient relic enhanced with the technologies I created. Yet even should that be the case, it would still require a brilliant mind to... No, he didn't. We'll unpack that later, I guess. I understand you gave our fallen brothers and sisters a proper burial. I'm sure they appreciated it. When the Empire is beaten and all of this is over, let us visit them at the church. The counter-offensive to come will require the total commitment of every allied nation, as well as the flawless coordination of all forces. I pray the Council understands this. Had I not intervened, that Garlean soldier may well have done for Ida, lowering her guard in the heat of battle as though she were on an evening stroll. How much of a scatterbrain can she be? Oh well, at least we cannot fault her for being inconsistent. She saved your life, Papa Limo. I guess they're even now. Instead of gratitude coming to his rescue, Papa Limo called me a scatterbrain. The next time he gets caught by the Empire, I'm leaving him to rot. We may have surmounted this latest trial, but the worst is yet to come. We must remain focused. I will not see our efforts wasted in futile regret. And as for Tancred, he and I have much to discuss.
I cannot well express my relief to think that the Alliance came so close to surrender.
But the fire in their hearts has been rekindled, and they will fight to the last.
This warmth inside. Did you feel it too, Grandfather? I would know something. Was that your power at work earlier?
Nothing of the sort. The leaders of Eorzea had lost their way. I merely helped them to find it again. Oh, hello. Yes, our party returned just a moment ago. How close are you? It's all right, Sid.
We must needs plan our next move. Pray continue liaising with your respective nations. Sid, would you be our man in Ul'dah?
I'll be whatever and wherever you need me to be.
We haven't a moment to waste. All right, let's do this!
Thancred's fate weighs heavy on my mind. I cannot bear to think of him in thrall to an Ascian. Mayhap you know this already, but the Ascians are immortal beings without physical form. Since time immemorial, they have fanned the flames of chaos from the shadows. That they might work unseen, the Ascians entrap and possess mortal men by means of malign artifacts known as crystals of darkness. One such crystal may yet be the key to saving Thancred.
This is a crystal of darkness.
A mere replica, created using data obtained from anomalous crystals found across Eorzea.
It comes to us courtesy of the students of Baldessian, our distant allies. Even for an Archon, Thancred's talents are exceptional. We all had complete confidence in him. It was for this reason that none among us foresaw the danger in sending him to investigate the Ascians alone.
Thancred had been striving to fill the void left by Louisoix. Yet, it was plain that he was overtaxing himself.
Yeah, he would volunteer for everything and work till he was dizzy.
And the toll taken by his exertions made him vulnerable to Ascian influence.
The crystal that binds Thancred must be somewhere on his person. If we could but destroy it, his Ascian possessor would be compelled to relinquish control over him. You have proven the stoutest of allies, standing with us through thick and thin. Yet the most perilous struggle is still to come. For the sake of the realm, and Thancred, I ask that you lend us your strength once more. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. As I am sure you are aware, the realm was saved from certain doom 5 years ago by heroes known as the Warriors of Light. What you may not be aware of is that your many feats in service to the Scions have prompted folk to make certain comparisons. I must confess, you do remind me of them. Yet remember this, however glorious the past, it is the hero's lot to be judged on the deeds of the present. A new darkness threatens the realm, and the people cry out for a savior. I believe that you are she, a warrior of light, here in the present, guided by the crystal's will. Come, my friends, let us fight to safeguard the future of our beloved Eorzea.
Warrior of Light. Is that the first time they actually applied it to the main character, the player character? Of course, there was always the implication, obviously. That might be the first time they're trying to use the title in an official sense. However, official, that might be. Operation Archon. Huh. I didn't notice it, but we're already on a level 49 quest. Didn't we just get finished with... Yes, I guess everything after Garuda around level 44 or something was leading up to this level. Could have sworn there'd be more, but there were quite a few main missions in between Garuda and now, weren't there? The whole rescue operation, of course, that was like almost half a dozen different missions, maybe more. As well as some other stuff I might be forgetting. It's been a while since I last played. Just surprising that I'm almost at the end. I don't think during this session I'll be wrapping up, but I'll have to think about it. All present, then let us begin. We have received the details of the impending operation. In what promises to be the largest single counteroffensive in the realm's troubled history, the Alliance will strike at every Imperial stronghold, standing upon Eorzean soil. As might be expected, the operation will be complex, but you need not commit its intricacies to memory. It is enough that each man understands his part, and plays it to the best of his ability. The finer instructions you will receive at each staging point, To begin, let us review the distribution of our forces. From west to east, the Maelstrom of Limsa Lominsa, the Immortal Flames of Ul'dah, and the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania. Next, let us examine the locations of the Imperial strongholds. Near Limsa Lominsa, we have Castrum Occidens, situated in eastern Vilrund, and Castrum Marinum, which lies to the south and east, in the midst of the Rotano Sea. That wouldn't be the one that we see outside of Vesper Bay, is it? I'm sure they'll get to it if it is. As for Castrum Occidens, that's the one that we see... What's that place? Of course, Eastern Lenosia, it would be... the beautiful place. I go there every summer. Why am I slipping on the name now? Anyway, it's the one near the beachside report that kind of ruins the atmosphere of the whole paradise location, but whatever. Near Ul'dah, we have Castrum Meridianum to the north, and the coastal outpost at Cape Westwind, which connects Castrum Marinum to the mainland by means of a Magitech transporter. Okay, yeah. So Castrum Marinum is the stronghold that we see off the coast of Vesper Bay, but the actual Cape Westwind is the portal itself. I was thinking Cape Westwind might be the stronghold itself, but no. And of course, Castrum Meridianum is a location we haven't seen yet, because it's the last area of Thanalan we haven't explored, which we're getting to. Near Gridania, we have Castrum Oriens, which lies upon the eastern edge of the Twelfth Wood. Van Baelsar's Wall is another name for it, I think. I think we've only seen it in passing when we were in the area. I don't think I called it out. And finally, in Mordona stands Castrum Sentry, a thorn in the heart of Eorzea. That's of course where we had the escape, right? Wasn't it? Yes. The forthcoming operation will see Allied forces assault each of the aforementioned locations, with the ultimate objective of destroying the Empire's new weapon, housed within Castrum Meridianum. If you're not keeping up, that's the one in northern Thanalan we haven't been to yet. As one might expect of the Black Wolves' seat of power, Castrum Meridianum boasts all but impenetrable defenses. If we are to breach it, we must needs isolate it from its sister strongholds. To do so otherwise would be to risk being caught twixt hammer and anvil. The operation will comprise of 4 distinct phases, all told. The first shall see us eliminate one of the Black Wolf's most trusted lieutenants, Ritatin Sas Arvina. According to our intelligence, the Praefectus is due to visit the Imperial outpost at Cape Westwind for an inspection. When he arrives, we shall dispatch an elite adventurer unit to eliminate him. Komoy, we would have you lead this assault. Assassination. Great. Ritatin is a peerless field tactician. Shorn of his leadership, the garrison at Castrum Occidens will be as a snake without its head. Castrum Occidens. The one in... right. Eastern Lenosia. I don't recall any missions taking place there, Castrum Occidens. I might be forgetting stuff that happens in the main quest, but we'll pay it a visit if we don't end up doing anything there, just to sightsee, I guess. Later, though. Phase 2 will see us sever Castrum Meridianum's primary lines of supply. As soon as Ritatin's presence is confirmed at the coastal outpost, the Maelstrom will lay siege to Castrum Occidens. At that very hour, the Lominsan Armada, helmed by the Admiral herself, shall move to blockade Castrum Marinum. Keep wanting to say Marine, but it's Marinum, right? Meanwhile, in the Twelveswood, the Order of the Twin Adder will surround Castrum Oriens. And they'll have the cells to help them. Fixio's been waiting for the chance to avenge these ones. Ah, that was Ida, not Ishtola. Phase 3 shall see us neutralize Castrum Meridianum's defenses. Forming our main thrust, the Immortal Flames will march against the stronghold with all their strengths. While the enemy's eyes are thus drawn outwards, another elite adventurer unit shall infiltrate the Castrum. Its mission? To disable the Magitech field generator, which protects the Praetorium, a fortress within a fortress wherein the Ultima weapon is believed to be housed. Komoi, we would have you take command once more. So we are involved in Phase 1, slay Ritatin, then move over to the north for Phase 3, storm the Praetorium. I guess we can take a break during Phase 2, if the phase is happening chronologically. Meanwhile, the Order of the Twin Adder will blockade the railway, which connects Sentry and Meridianum, preventing the timely arrival of reinforcements from Mordona. That railway is of course where our escape took place. We were heading south on that railway, before we were kind of blocked off by a pincer maneuver of the Garleans, at which point we jumped off the cliff onto Sid's airship, but that is the railway that connects the two areas. A connection point we haven't actually used yet, but I'm just getting a better sense of the layout in my mind by saying it out loud. That's all. A wise precaution. The monstrous locomotive which runs back and forth between the two castra is capacious enough to transport a small army, by all accounts. It is well that the Garleans did not think to give it wings. Once Meridianum's defenses have been compromised, the operation will enter its fourth and final phase. This will see the Immortal Flames enter the stronghold and suppress the remnants of the enemy garrison, allowing Komoi's unit to pass unopposed into the Praetorium, where they will locate and destroy the Ultima weapon. By this feat shall the operation be deemed a success. So we're in phases 1, 3, and 4, phases 3 and 4 taking place in the same location. Pretty simple. Kind of. Not really. In addition to the Grand Companies, we can count upon the support of a variety of other parties, from the Pirates of Limsa Lominsa to the Monitarists of Ul'dah. In all, the operation will involve no fewer than 12 major factions. Legend holds that the Archons were 12 in 1, and 1 in 12. It is for this reason that our grand endeavor has been dubbed Operation Archon. Countless free companies have also pledged their swords, and more join us by the day. At long last, all of Eorzea is rising as one. As before, we Scions shall work in concert with the Grand Companies. Ida, Papalima, Ishtola, pray accompany your respective organizations on their missions. Urianger, didn't realize he entered the room. I would have you represent us in Ul'dah. Reassure the financiers that they have made a sound investment. When that is done, pray return here and aid in the coordination of our forces. Tataru, please assist Oriander in any way you are able, and ensure that everyone is kept abreast of the latest developments. Minfilia, Sid, I shall accompany the main host in an advisory capacity. It will be our task to analyze intelligence as it comes into our possession, and make the necessary recommendations to command. As Alphinaud has mentioned, you are to lead the elite unit of adventurers, whose task it will be to see each of Operation Archon's main objectives fulfilled. Yours is the most important role of all, and like to be the most dangerous. Pray choose your party well, and stint not in your preparation. Or of course just use the duty finder. That's probably the only option Komori has. I don't think she has any friends. The battle of the future of the realm is about to begin. Together, let us show the Black Wolf the power of a united Eorzea. Pray report to the Immortal Flames encampment, situated to the north of here when you are ready to be briefed on your first mission. I cannot stress this enough, but please be careful. May you walk in the light of the crystal. As briefed, you are to lead a squad of elite adventurers on infiltration missions. You will receive detailed orders at each staging point. The future of Eorzea hinges upon the success of Operation Archon, and casualties are inevitable. May the crystal watch over us all. Everyone's left the room. By the way, what's this room anyway? Is this like Minfilia's private quarters? Shame we can't go in there. Just to get an idea of what Minfilia's like, of course. You learn a lot about a person by seeing the room that they live in. And of course, it'd be fun to snoop around. But that's neither here nor there. I assume she lives here. I assume most of the Scions live here. Hey, wait a second. They changed shifts. I never noticed. Say that again. I didn't quite read all of it. I am of the 15th. 15th shift? The new 14. Is that like some kind of joke? Like the original 14 1.0 was released from service, and then it was Realm Reborn for a new 14? Maybe I'm reading into it too much, but... What the hell? We have quests. I completely forgot that there were quests here. Cobalt Initiative, Rally of the Skull, Can't Do It Without You, and a blue one. There were blue ones here. There's a lot going on. We were just in this room, but I think I'm going to have to talk to everyone one more time. Especially the quest givers. Because it's special, we'll do all of the side quests that happen to come into this room. Or at least try to, if we don't hit any brick walls, which we might. I'm talking about the blue quests, which might be a brick wall, if they are what I think they are. In any case, this one just seems to be a normal quest, so. Read the riptides and the winds, and brace yourself for the coming storm. Learned as much when I sailed as a yellow jacket eye. The wisdom of the seas has served me just as well as on land. The beast tribes are a storm in the brewing, and neither the scions nor the city-states can allow themselves to be caught unawares. Nay, we must first strike first and nip the storm in the bud. I'd start with the kobolds. I reckon they've grown a bit too big for their breeches of late. One more thing I learned as a yellow jacket is that your ship is only as steady as your crew. Before taking on the kobolds, I have in mind to round up some new allies. In Camp Overlook, you'll find a crew of pirates who've given up pillaging and plundering, and now fly the flag of the Maelstrom. I'd bring them on board to fight the kobold menace, but I have a notion that an honest plea from yourself would be more convincing. Might you travel to Camp Overlook and speak to Commander Bloyden in my stead? You'd be doing us a great service, aye. Oh wow. This mission's over as soon as you get there, meaning it is only the introductory mission to a chain of missions in the area. This is a whole thing. I know I said I was going to do it, but it might be in over my head, accepting all of these missions if they're all doing a lot of shit. Into the Valley of the Skull. I think that's also in Lenosia? Maybe not. I call upon you as a fellow scion, Komoy, to assist our allies in meeting a mutual objective. The Maelstrom needs every sword it can summon to stifle the Sahagin advance. Oh, I see. Of course, right. I implore you to journey to Camp Skull Valley, discuss the matter with Falkbrida, and render what remedy you can. Looks like this is a bunch of kind of endgame stuff, maybe getting you up to level? I don't know. Takes you to locations that you don't adventure in during the main quest. Just to call it out, Camp Skull is this area of western Lenosia, kind of past this threshold, which is kind of the endgame area for the Sahagin. Other locations we haven't been include Outer Lenosia here, which is, I guess, where they want us to go for the Kobold mission, as well as this part of the East Shroud, actually most of the East Shroud here, the home turf of the Sylphs. All kind of endgame area belonging to the Beast Tribes. There's more and more Dona as well, I guess. Or not more Dona, Danalan. Which would be, I guess, just kind of this smaller area in southern Danalan. The rest of Danalan we've kind of been to already. Except for this area, of course, which is an entire endgame area, I'd say. Daryu still? This was all his idea. Yet in the end, he was the one who had to go and... Goddamned fool. What? Left holding the box? "62, 63, 60... Oh, Komoy. Just warming up for the operation. We're going to accompany the Gridanians home. How many times was that? God's sake, Ida. We have the operation to think about, and you're wearing yourself down by exercising. Your form isn't even correct. It's cheating to swing your arms. Is it? I didn't actually know that. I appreciate that you have the nervous energy, but there will be no shortage of opportunities to expend it when we go toe-to-toe with the Garleans. Anyone back here? No. These two, anything to say? Just kind of hanging out. Anything new, Arnvald? it's the same. These are different people. The original arms mender and supplier. Well, maybe the supplier's the same, but the mender was a different person. She's dead. Do I need any of these? 340 points? That's not really a lot for me right now. It probably wouldn't help if I bought those. Especially that I'm going to be beyond Realm Reborn in not too long from now, I guess. These potions are probably only useful up until, I don't know, level 30 or something. Back when 240 points is around 32% of your HP. But now that's only around 10% of my HP. Less. Each phase of Operation Archon must be executed to perfection. Komor, the fate of Eorzea hangs in the balance. The Maelstrom has committed its forces to the operation. In fact, the pirates look forward to their part in this naval warfare, with something approaching unholy glee. You need only concentrate on the task that lies before you. We stand vigilant at your back. Biggs and Wedge. The Chief. To be honest, I don't know where he is or what he's up to at the moment. Probably busy doing something only he can do. Spicy. Tataru. I suppose it wasn't meant to be. Just talk to her. Komor is making fun of you. Stop complaining to Komor and just talk to her. Well, that might make things worse. I don't know anything about that. Winston. My dear friends, Abba and Oli came to the Scions with a burning passion to deliver this realm from darkness. A passion that I could never muster. They fought bravely and with honor, until they could fight no more. Me, I was never worth much on the battlefield. I wanted nothing more than to honor my fallen comrades, to carry on their fight. But how? One day it struck me. I may be woefully lacking on the battlefield, but my mind is sharp enough. I resolved to plot a course of action and recruit capable allies to our cause. One thing is clear to me. We can ill afford to be distracted by the beast tribes with more ominous storm clouds gathering on the horizon. To that end, we must find strong and loyal allies to quell the beastman menace. You are familiar with the Yu, perhaps? A tribe of fearsome hunters and huntresses. I am convinced that they would prove invaluable allies in the battle against the Amalja, if only they could be won over. The Yu respect strength above all. I fear they'd sooner gut me than listen to my tale. But you, if you spoke, they would listen. I'm certain of it. And so I ask, friend, travel to the Forgotten Springs and speak to old Nun in my stead. That guy again. Oh right, he would be part of the Yu tribe, the leader of the Yu tribe, who of course is the same man that we talked to as part of the Company of Heroes quest. Oh look, the three guys who I thought were the same person meeting all at once. This one for Ul'dah, who we met. The guy that ferried us in on horseback or chocobo back in his cart. Brennan, who I assume is going to be for, if he's red, Limsolaminsa? No. Unless black was... Would black be Ul'dah or Gridania? Which one carried us in? Was the guy wearing yellow or black? Because yellow could be like the Gridanians, right? Because they have the yellow serpents. Not to be confused with the yellow jackets of Limsolaminsa. But red is definitely Limsa, right? Unless that's Immortal Flames colors? Black... Who would black belong to? Out of the three, Limsa, Minsa, Ul'dah, and Gridania, I would guess Ul'dah? Whatever. I don't care. I'm done worrying about this. Listen to these two swapping their stories. Life ain't always got to be an adventure, I say. Me, I'm the sort who enjoys a nice relaxing carriage ride, paired with a bottle of Bacchus. Bah, Ben thinks he's had it bad. Try bribing a pirate and see what that gets you. Okay, that guy's definitely Limsa. It makes these two between Ul'dah and Gridania. So I say this is Ul'dah and this is Gridania. So we'd never met this guy. This is our guy. Have a seat, lass. I was just telling me brothers about the time these Amalja saved me from the brass blades. You were there, remember? Wow. Could have just talked to the guy and he would have told us exactly where he was from. How embarrassing that I just stood here trying to puzzle it out. Well, I guess I puzzled it out right just before I talked to them, technically. I think. Unless I changed my mind halfway through. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I'm wasting time. Oriander. Primal Fear. This one's actually important. Friend to the dawn, hear my plea. Tidings most ominous arrive from Gridania. A primal, walketh in the shroud. Now of all times? Okay. Those who have borne the eldritch spirit witness and returned to tell the tale. A vow that... It's hard to read Oriander's lines. Those who have borne the eldritch spirit witness and returned to tell the tale, a vow that ne'er before have they seen its like. The god's quiver doth investigate as we speak, and meseems Lord Lewin would welcome a capable adventurer's helping hand. Pray heed thee to the seat of the first bow, and shine thy light upon the matter. And the same dialogue we had before. That one, I know what that one is. Let's think. How are we going to approach all of these quests that we accepted and are going to do at some point? They're giving us the quests now, and technically they can be completed before the main quest, obviously. Which means lore-wise, they might fit in before that. Without getting into spoilers too much, if you wait on these quests too long, these side quests, it doesn't really make much sense for them to be taken on at a much later point in the story. Of course, that would be way, way after this Realm Reborn plotline and the next expansion, and even the expansion beyond that, but just letting them sit doesn't feel right to me. I think what I'll do is finish up these quests, because they're special, here in the Waking Sands, our little base in the sand, just to make some memories of the place. And then after that, we'll take on Primal Fear. That one's a pretty big one. We could save it for later, and I guess it's a lower level than these other ones, but it's much bigger than the others, plot-wise. Well, not plot, more like content-wise. In any case, that'll be the plan for next time, I suppose. Got a lot ahead of us. For now, it's a good time to take a break.